what is data mining? Actually, a data mining is a technique that is used to extract the hidden insights from the data. Okay, and you can say from the large data. Okay, so there are lots of the definition of the data mining is available, but I have put here a one definition. That is, a data mining is a process of discovering patterns, correlation, trends, and useful information from large set of data using statistical technique, machine learning technique, and computational technique. Okay, so what do you mean by mining? Mining means finding some precious thing from a whole. So what we have a whole, we have a lots of the data set, large set of the data set, and we are mining some hidden patterns, some correlation between the attributes, different types of trends in the businesses from the large set of data. But how we are getting these useful information from the data? We have to use some statistical technique, some machine learning technique, and some computational techniques to find this. So what is more combining, we can say data mining? Data mining is finding the hidden patterns, hidden correlations, and trends from the large set of the data. Okay, so why we are doing this, or what is the objective of doing this? So to extract the meaningful insights that can help to grow the business and make a better decisions. Okay, so in when the organization is taking some crucial decisions, there might be a chances that decision might be a wrong. So, and if the decision is a wrong, there is a huge loss in the businesses. So mostly nowadays businesses are using the data insights to take the decisions, and for that you require to learn the data mining techniques. Okay, so what are the key aspects when we are learning the data mining? We have to learn about the what are the different types of the data collection method, how we can prepare our data for data mining, because in data mining it is not compulsory that the raw data is used for the directly for the data mining. You have to prepare your data in such manner that data is going to give the patterns. Okay, and the second is a pattern recognition, means if the patterns are there, how you can recognize. And third, we can use the data mining techniques for the predictive modeling, or we can say to find the some future prediction values. Okay, now what are the importance of data mining, why we are using a data mining? So mostly data mining are used in businesses to unlocks the hidden insights, because when the data size is very large, we are not able to find out the different trends and the patterns in the data manually. So we require to learn some data mining techniques to know the hidden insights about the data. Okay, and it also improves the decision making power. Okay, so it supports the evidence based decisions. For example, in the marketing sector, in the healthcare sector, in the finance sectors, when you want to take a decision based on some evidence, the data mining techniques are helpful. The next is efficiency. Actually, it automates the extraction of the useful information from the large data set, and because in the manual, handling the large set of data is very difficult, and there are lots of the human errors are possible, that we can overcome using the data mining techniques. The next is we can add some business value. With the help of the data mining, using data mining techniques, we can increase the profits of the businesses, we can reduce the risk, of the decisions that we can take, and we can also optimize the different processes. So mostly all the data mining techniques are used in a large businesses where we have a large data set, and we are not able to handle the data set manually. Then we require data mining techniques. Okay, then what are the different types of data mining techniques? So there are mostly we can use the data mining techniques in different 5 different types. The first is called classification, next is clustering, third is regression, fourth is the association rule mining, and the next is the anomaly detection. Okay, so mostly in these 3-day session I am going to cover the upper 3 types, that is a classification, clustering, and regression. As it is not able to possible to cover all these 5 techniques in a 3 days, so I am going to focus on classification, clustering, and regression. So what is classification? Classification is a one type of the supervised learning algorithm where in the data set we have a predefined category or classes. Okay, means the value we want to predict, what are the different values we are going to predict is already available in the data set, and so that it is called a supervised algorithms. The second is a clustering algorithm. So what is a cluster? Cluster is a similar data point or the homogeneous set of the data. So on the basis of the similarity, we have to group the similar sets. So for find the similarity, we don't have any predefined classes already available in the data set. So clustering is also considered as a unsupervised algorithm. Okay. The third is a regression. Regression is a data mining technique where we can predict some values on the basis of the given input or given input data, and it is used for the prediction. The next is association rule mining. So association rule mining basically identifies the interesting relationship between or the association between the data points. We discussed these types in detail. We are going to explain in detail. The last is an anomaly detection. It is basically used to identify the rare or the unusual patterns in the data, and we can that do not conform to the expected behavior, because and in the network analysis mostly the anomaly detection is used. Okay, now let's discuss what are the different types of the classification techniques that we can use in using the R programming. So there is lots of the algorithms are available, but we are going to cover this decision tree algorithm, naive Bayes algorithm, support vector machines, and the KNN or the K nearest neighbor algorithm. And here one example is also given that when you are receiving any email in your inbox, in your mailbox, the email is categorized that it is a spam, it is a social, it is a promotional, or it is a it is going to use in your inbox. So these type of the classification of email is done by any type of the classification algorithm. So in that case, we have to use the classification algorithm. The second is a clustering algorithm. In the clustering, there are lots of the algorithms are there, but we are going to cover this K-mean clustering algorithm, hierarchical clustering algorithm, DB-scan, that is a density-based clustering algorithm. So we are going to cover these 3 algorithms in our 3-day session that is based on the clustering. And for example, if you want to make a segment of the customer on the basis of their purchasing behavior, in that case you have to use the clustering algorithm, because you have to classify you have to make a cluster of the customer um, that are showing the same type of the behavior. Okay. The next is a regression. So there are means many types of regressions are there, but in the regression we have to predict any continuous value on the basis of the independent variables or the input. Okay. And there are linear regression, there are polynomial or non-linear regression, there are random forest regression, decision tree for regression. So these are the different algorithms that we can use as a part of the regression algorithms. And we are going to cover two three regression algorithms, that is a linear regression, polynomial regression, and random forest regression. These three we are going to cover in our 3-day session. And the example is, for example, if you want to predict the price of the house on the basis of their size, their location, and for example, there means locality, amenities, then in that case you can use the regression algorithm. The next is the association rule mining. So association rule mining is basically used to find the interesting relationship or the association between the large data set or the variable. And there are two algorithms that are related to the association rule mining. The one first is the a priori algorithm, and second is the FP growth algorithm. This a priori algorithm is very famous for the marketing purpose, and there is a one term that is called as a market basket analysis, where you can find that customer who buy bread can also tend to buy the butter or not, on the basis of the a priori algorithm. The last is a anomaly detection, and that is used to detect the usual, unusual, or the abnormal patterns in the data set. And the techniques that we can use for the anomaly detections are Z-score analysis, one class SVM, isolation for forest. And the example is for example, some you have to identify that this transaction is a fraudulent transactions or not on the basis of the behavior of the transaction. Then in that case you can use the anomaly detection techniques. Okay, so these are the means very basic part of the different types of the algorithms that are that we can cover as a data mining techniques. Okay, so how we can compare these types of the techniques, and which type of means what is your objective. On the basis of that you have to decide that which technique is best suitable for your data set. Okay, so for example, here is mentioned that classification is a supervised technique, and in that you have to categorize data into classes. And clustering is an unsupervised technique where you have to group the similar items. Regression is also supervised, where you have to predict continuous value on the basis of the independent variable. Association rule is unsupervised, where you have to discover the relationship. And anomaly detection is unsupervised, where you have to identify the outliers from the data set, outliers that are behaving as a anomaly. Okay, so what are the different applications of the data mining? Actually, the data mining is used in various sectors, but the main sectors are the business, healthcare, finance, e-commerce, and social media. In business, for the customer segmentation, for the targeted marketing, for the sales forecasting, We require data mining techniques, but for the large businesses it is required. For the healthcare, if you want to predict the disease outbreaks, if you want to give the personal recommendation or the personal treatments to the patient, then in that case also you can use the data mining techniques. In finance sector, if you want to give the loan on the basis of the credit risk score, if you want to analyze the risk uh, of giving a loan or loan to a particular customer, if you want to detect that the transaction is going to health is a fraudulent transaction or not, in that cases you can use this data mining techniques. In e-commerce, for making the recommendation system for inventory management, you can use the data mining techniques. And in the social media, for the user behavior modeling, for the sentiment analysis, you can use the data mining techniques. Means in the various type of various means sectors, and for doing a various types of things, you can use the data mining techniques. But it depends on your data, it depends on your objective, what you are going to do. On the basis of that, you have to choose that which technique is useful for your data set. But there are lots of the challenges also when you are using a data mining techniques. The data mining is totally depend on the data. Okay, so if your data quality is not good, means if you have a inaccurate data, the data is incomplete, you have a missing values, you have a unreliable results on the basis of the data, in that case when you are applying the data mining techniques, you will not get the good results. Okay, so for before applying the data mining techniques, you have to check the quality of the data. And if the quality of the data meets to a certain level, then using the data mining technique is a quite good. The second is a scalability. Okay, so handling very large data set is always difficult, and but it depends on your experience that how you efficiently handling the large data sets. So if you are expert, then you have it might be possible that you handle the large data set very efficiently. But if you are a beginner level, then it's difficult to handle the large data set. Okay, the next challenge is a privacy concerns. So while you are means making a recommendation system, sentiment analysis, then you also know that there are some personal information attached with your data set. So how the personal information is not going to leak, as well as you are going to make your objective fruitful. And this is quite difficult because when you are giving a personal recommendation, you have to use the personal data. So you have to make sure that the agreement between the company to means what different private data you can use for the recommendation is means it's very sensitive matter, and you have to use the data in such a way that no one can means sue you for using their personal data. The very difficult part or very difficult challenge is a interpretation. Okay, so applying of data mining technique is not a big task, but understand the result and the interpret the result is a quite difficult. And because on the basis of the result given by the data mining techniques, you have to take a decision. You have to first understand and then take an action on the basis of your understanding. So for everyone every new person that is new in the data mining field, it is not very easy to interpret the result very nicely. So it is also a challenge. Now, what are the different tools we can use for data mining? So there are lots of the tools available and lots of the programming languages available. There are tools like Veka, RapidMiner, K9, Orange. These are used for the data mining. These are the softwares that have a graphical interface, drag and drop, and you can do the data mining. And there are various programming languages also that you can use for the data mining, like Python, R, SQL. In that you can using these programming language, you can also do a data mining. Okay. Now, what are the future of the data mining? Basically, data mining is a integration of AI, and it will automate more complex tasks and leading to more sophisticated data mining techniques. Okay, so when you are using the data mining techniques, actually you are using machine learning techniques also. So this is a part of the artificial intelligence. So you have to use these techniques in a sophisticated ways so that it can be used in a future also. The second is that the data set size is increasing very exponentially in all the sectors. And when we are talking about the big data, the data mining will deal with the enormous data set in real time. And for example, if you talk about the IoT data set, so IoT data sets are real time data set where you have to means data is generated in every nanoseconds. In that case, the size of the data is very large, and for finding the patterns or for discovering the unknown patterns from the data, we require a data mining techniques. Okay. Now, the main thing is ethics. So when you have a data collection, you have to check that you make sure that the data handled using some ethical standards, and you cannot means disturb the privacy of any data or any customer while using the data set. So you have to make sure that the data set is not used by unauthorized person, and you have to follow the ethical standards to use the any customer data sets. Okay, so let's understand first what is KDD. Okay, so the full form of KDD is a knowledge discovery database. So this knowledge discovery database shows you the step by step work or the flow to do the data mining. Okay, so you know that data mining starts with data. Okay, so you have a database. The database is in the form of the data base, in the form of the any files, in the form of the network server data, anything. So you have to first use that which data you are going to use for the data mining. That is called data selection. Okay, after selecting the data, you have to check that data set is ready to use for data mining or not. Means, is there is any impurities in the data set? You have to remove that impurities from the data to make data useful for data mining, and that is called data pre-processing. Okay, now you have to check that the data, pre-processed data, follows a normal distribution or not. If data is follow a normal distribution, transformation is not compulsory. But if the pre-processed data doesn't follow the normal distribution, there is a requirement of the transformation. There are two types of the transformation, that is a min-max transformation and the Z transformation. Okay, so you have to apply these type of the transformation so that data is ready to use for the data mining. After transform the data, you can apply any data mining technique that we discussed, like clustering, classification, regression, anomaly detection, any data mining techniques, and as a result you get some patterns. You have to interpret that patterns, evaluate that patterns to get some knowledge from the data. Okay, so what is data mining? Data mining is extracting some knowledge from data. Okay, but for extracting, you have to make your data ready for the data mining, and that requires a selection, pre-processing and transformation. Okay, in the today's lecture, we are mainly focused to discuss the data pre-processing. Okay, and that also we are going to do with R programming. So what is a pre-processing? Pre-processing is the process of the cleaning, transforming and organizing raw data into a suitable format. Okay, why we require to make a data into a suitable format? Because if your data is not in the suitable format, you cannot use that data for the analysis or the machine learning. Okay, and when data set in the suitable format, it improves the quality of data set, it ensures you accurate and reliable results, and it is also used in analysis or the modeling. So to maintain the quality of the data set, we require data pre-processing. Okay, so what is the importance? Because in the real world, raw data is always or often incomplete, inconsistent or noisy. So while with using of the pre-processing, it can help to clean the data, fill the missing values and deal with the outliers. And it also ensures that data is formatted correctly and in a usable state for the algorithm, because if the data set is not in the correct format, you can not apply the data mining, not able to apply the data mining techniques. So what are the different steps that we can involves in the data pre-processing? So first is a data cleaning, second is a data transformation, and third is a data reduction. Okay, these three things is involved, but always these three things are not compulsory. It depends on your data. If there is no missing value, no inconsistency in the data, you don't require to apply these steps. But if you found that data is inconsistent, data is noisy, then you have to do the data cleaning, data transformation and data reduction. Okay,